Big Sight, New, Hank, Coco, Big Sight. Y'all know how this shit go, you know? All eyes on me.
The wonderful Wizard of Oscar. Because the wonderful thing that he does. The wonderful thing that he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oscar. Partner singing, but the Golden Boy, the wonderful Wizard of Oscar.
Is that the Michael Jackson version?
Oh, no, that's going down the road. We're going to have to get a little bit more. Yeah, we're going to have to get that's going to ease them down the road right there. Listen, wonderful Wizard of Oscar. I didn't think this fight, I did not think he was going to be able to pull this thing off. Why? But that's why they call him the Wizard. He pulled this thing going to do record-breaking numbers.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to do record-breaking numbers.
It's going to do more than Floyd in the Oscar?
Yeah. Die-hard boxing fans, don't even worry about it. The casuals, 2 million plus, 3 million plus. You know,
this build a buzz like Mayweather.
Because you need Mayweather on the 24/7, which is a whole nother story.
Right.
But
it don't seem like it's bubbling like that.
It ain't bubbling like that, Sleep. But trust me, when he do,
maybe because we thinking about the African American community.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like this is media. This is one of the biggest weeks for a big time pay-per-view fight. This week, this is gonna be media week. He's gonna make all his runs on all the shows, and he's gonna be on ESPN. Trust me, the show's gonna do astronomical numbers. You know, this guy, man, what he's doing, the way he's transgender boxing into this media frenzy is amazing, man. You got anything you want to say? I know this is
Puffy.
He's puffy. This is amazing. I didn't think you could sell an ex-flyweight fight in a welterweight, but we're here. We gotta talk about. I know a lot of y'all are mad about the fight.
Puffy broke every single rule when it came to sampling and hip hop.
There you go.
All for the dollar. And Oscar's doing the same thing.
The wonderful Wizard of Oscar. So I guess we gotta go.
So let's go with this.
Do we gotta go X's and O's?
Yeah, I think we do need to go X's and O's because I don't know what to say about this fight because the man is so much smaller.
Oh, he's fighting Manny Pacquiao, by the way. I don't know if I identified that in the beginning. No titles on the line. They just
it is.
Well,
the pound for pound.
Oh, please.
The pound for pound title.
Sleep got his theory about
the theory. Like my man, I tell you, my man Oscar, he writes his own scripts, man.
Get my coffee. It is cold in this cup. But
Oscar writes his own scripts, and and then he produces his own movies. So the way the script is written out, he obtains the #1 pound for pound ranking.
Right.
Allegedly. Because he beats the alleged #1 pound for pound fighter.
Right.
After that, he stages a fight with the last person that Mayweather defeated, which is Hatton.
So, because we're on this Wizard of Oscar theme, I'm just saying, like the characters is all in place. You know, we can't supplement them because they all got courage, heart, and brains, but they're all characters in this script. So you got Floyd Mayweather Jr., who's a part of this script, Ricky Hatton. Pacquiao.
Floyd Mayweather is Floyd Mayweather is the mansion at the end of the.
That's the mansion at the end of
the life board. So Floyd, people, I know you don't believe us, but Floyd is the ultimate. He's going to be the ending to this.
He's the ending to this story.
So
unbelievable.
He defeats Manny Pacquiao, who gives him a ton of trouble early on. He gets caught with like a hook, and the fight changes.
Right.
We'll get to X's and O's, but this is a
It's a script.
It's a weird fight for me. So after he defeats him, he fights Ricky Hatton, who looked good, but he looked the same. Very predictable for Oscar De La Hoya to knock out with a left hook. And then he has a way to sell the 24/7 like it's never been sold before.
Exactly.
He beat the last person that Mayweather beat, and he has the
knocks him out earlier.
He has the #1 pound for pound ranking. Now he could justify this big melee and got somebody who can sell a 24/7. Who's going to show up in clubs, throwing money all over the place, play the villain role like it's supposed to, and this mega fight next September.
You should be on CSI.
That was a very good breakdown. Yeah, that was very good.
Because you're looking at Hatton is going to be Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
Hatton is Cinco de Mayo.
That's over there too. They're going to be fighting in Manchester.
Right.
At that big stadium over
there. And September is our boy Floyd Mayweather. And hopefully Floyd will take a tune-up, but most likely he won't because it's going to be the whole thing of him stepping out of retirement on condition. He'll have his father back in his corner after he beats Hatton. His father comes back to his corner.
Oh, this is
so it's going to be. It's like he puts these people in place. It's just like we got right now. the trainers, you know,
the shuffling of the trainers.
The shuffling of the trainers. And he say, I can see what he does.
Right.
You know, he can't pull the trigger. You know,
just like with Bernstein. You know. Listen, y'all. I told y'all this when he first got Nacho to be his trainer. I said that was one of the best public relation moves ever that he did to sell this fight. Man. No, listen, you got to look beyond. Don't look at it like a person. Boxing
the person who I think beat Pacquiao last that was his trainer. That's why he's in there. Everything is everything. It's a you need a. What's the compelling storyline?
Pacquiao has beat Nacho what, twice, 3 times? Well, 1 time a draw, and he beat him. How many times did they fight? 2, 3? Twice. Okay, all right. So he beat him 1 time, and the first fight was a draw.
Right.
So you bring Nacho in, and it's been some disconnect with De La Hoya and the pro-Mexican crowd out there. So he gets a Mexican trainer, you know. So you notice on the 24/7. Where did he go? Back home. Right. He wasn't in no mansions and villas. He went back to his roots, back to Mexico. Right. You know, to show that he's down. You know, and he's just the guy. Just no knock to him. No, because he gonna sell some tickets over it. He gonna sell some extra tickets. He's a marketing genius. You know, shout out to the Swiss banker too. Get the numbers correct. Let's get into the fight. X's and O's.
What is the size difference, first of all, as far as height?
Manny's like this big.
Yeah.
I know they list him at like 5'7".
Right.
I'm 5'7".
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Manny's about a legit probably 5'6". Maybe
okay.
5. Maybe
and that's
5.
being generous.
Generous. Okay. Yeah. Oscar's 5'11".
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So Oscar's like my height.
Yeah, Oscar's like your height. He's a true 5'11" too.
Right,
it's not like that's no smoke and mirrors.
And we looking at the size difference when he fought Floyd.
Right.
You know, so Floyd's 5'8".
Floyd he doesn't look 5'8" person, but
nah, that's a whole nother story too. But Floyd's way more elusive and more of a boxer,
more of a defensive fighter.
Right.
Exactly.
Charles Barkley is only 6'4" 3/4. They had him listed as 6'6".
They had him listed.
Iverson is listed at 6'1" and he's 5'10".
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
Anyway, the way this fight could go out is 2 different ways. Number one, Oscar has trouble with left-handed fighters.
But is Manny a true southpaw though?
Well, I mean,
do you really look at him as a southpaw type
but
fighter?
he is a left-handed.
I know, but he doesn't fight like your traditional southpaw.
All right, no, he doesn't. All right, here's the second thing too.
You don't feel right. Go ahead.
Here's the second thing that Oscar could have trouble with. If Oscar, I saw in the Floyd fight when Oscar used his jab, Floyd had a little trouble. Oscar also runs out of gas too.
Right.
If those 2 things happen, then you got a problem.
You work for Golden Boy Promotions.
No, I don't work for Golden Boy Promotions.
You're trying to sell us to some non-believers. Go ahead,
But all things being said are equal. Sleep talked about the size difference, size differences, and the fact that I think Oscar is just gonna be more comfortable at that weight. What weight is he gonna come in on fight night? That's another question.
I don't know.
He's walking around that weight now. I think he's been pretty comfortable at this weight for some time now.
Right. On the low.
I'm gonna be honest with you, public. I tried my best to go on a limb with this fight. I tried my best to try to think of a way that Manny Pacquiao would defeat Oscar De La Hoya for some compelling cinema for you guys. And I'm just looking at his style of fighting. Like, you gotta be a little slicker to deal with Oscar De La Hoya. Right. Now, the speed will cause some problems, but Manny gets hit.
Too sloppy.
And like the way he throws and on them angles, I can just see Oscar taking a step back and chopping on him. Now, if Oscar has issues finding him early and gets tired, that's a different story. But I don't think he's going to have problems finding Manny, to be quite honest.
How conditioning going to be in the second half of the fight? Now, granted, I'm going to be honest. Let me say this for the record. I believe that Oscar De La Hoya will beat Manny Pacquiao. But those are the 2 questions I have.
He didn't get tired in his tune-up fight, and he was getting tagged with everything. That's the whole point.
We talking about Forbes?
Forbes, yeah. But Forbes is slicker than Manny.
He's slicker than
Manny. Like, Manny definitely got the speed.
Right.
He's not gonna hurt Oscar. Oscar got a beard. Let's just be real.
No, Oscar
got a beard. He got a beard that'll take him up to 60. So I see Oscar De La Hoya about a 6 or 7 round knockout. He's gonna look like a check hook too, by the way.
First of all,
he's gonna run into Oscar's classic. Boom. When he pulled the trigger, this boom.
You know, like 7 to 8 months ago, I denounced Manny Pacquiao's Manny Pacquiao because I thought his resume was a little suspect. But you know, he gained my respect. You know, for his in the ring and his out of the ring efforts that he does in his community, in his home. So you know, I got the utmost respect for Manny Pacquiao now. But you know, the chances of him winning this fight are the chances of a dinosaur is coming back to life. Again, shout out to Jurassic Park. You know what I mean? That's the only way. I don't see no way possible Manny Pacquiao is going to win this fight. I think DeLa Hoya is going to carry him for about 6 or 7 rounds. You know, make it seem compelling, make it seem interesting.
Right.
I don't think Pacquiao possessed any type of slickness to his fight game to give DeLa Hoya trouble. And I think the fight is going to be somewhat similar to when he fought Bernard Hopkins. And what I mean by that is when you have a smaller fighter moving up into a whole different weight class. You remember how DeLa Hoya gave Bernard early on, and then you start proposing that.
Reality sets in, the clinches
set in. Your will get a little broken. I'm hitting this dude with shots I normally smash dudes with, and DeLa Hoya not budging, not moving, and that's when DeLa Hoya gonna take over the fight. I see DeLa Hoya. One thing DeLa Hoya does well is hook off the jab, and I see a lot of jabs and hooks coming in the mid rounds, and Pacquiao just not being able to take the pressure. I see a lot of blood in this fight, some cuts. And I just see Freddie Roach probably coming in and waving the fight off or something like that.
Right.